I'm not a real big fan of the panic cycle, of the news cycle, of the outrage, of the disaster stuff. I try my best to be calm, rational, and reasonable, but this is now I'm doing several videos on coronavirus because I think the reality is this is something really dangerous. And even with a low mortality rate, you could be affected by this. Supply chains could be disrupted. So here's what I want to show you first. From the Daily Mail, panic buying strips store shelves as people stockpile amid coronavirus outbreak, with one woman turning her basement into a supermarket and a man buying a year's supply of food, which includes 192 tins of Spam. Ooh, I could not imagine eating that much Spam. But I want to tell you something. The threat of the virus is relatively low. We are not looking at the apocalypse, but our economic system is a delicate system, and we are already seeing supply line disruptions. Some medications are now there's a shortage in the United States. We're going to start seeing some border checks, quarantines. It's happening in Europe already. It's happening in Asia. And now, as I have warned over the past several weeks, stores in the United States are now having their shelves stripped of goods. I'm going to tell you this. If you didn't go out and get supplies 2 weeks ago, it's probably not too late right now. At least where I live, things are okay. But we're seeing a ton of stores being raided, medicine being raided. So at least do yourself a favor. Go out and get some supplies. I want to show you some of these photos. First, this appears to be someone's basement. Excellent supply, dude. Now, here's the thing. Listen, what we're seeing here looks like a regular old pantry, to be honest. A guy's got something in his basement, got lots of bottled water, he got some peanut butter, he got some pasta sauce. It'll last him a little while. That's good. All you do is if you buy this stuff, it lasts for a year or longer before it expires. You can slowly eat it. Your worst case scenario is you finished your grocery shopping for the next few months and you're just going to have, spaghetti, beans. Like, he's got a big variety here. All right. Look, these photos. First of all, this photo appears to be Italy, so disregard this. But we have medicine being raided from shelves in both of these photos. We have more photos. People are buying meat. You can see people's supplies. Check this out. There are more photos of supermarkets where people have just raided the shelves and the shelves are now empty. We can see this when it says grocery store shelves in Washington state, stockpiles of medication and supplies. One person asked me, as I've said over and over again, to go and get your supplies. Some people have asked me, to remind people that you need to get your medicine too. I'm not going to sit here and claim the coronavirus is the apocalypse. That's just, every indication says no, but I can tell you that you're going to go to the store and food's going to be gone. You're probably not going to be starved. You're not going to starve. I mean, I don't think again, not the apocalypse, but seriously, you can see people are starting to do this. And here's the bigger concern. If everyone else goes out and buys out all the food first, and then there are shortages, you're not going to have food to buy either. So I'm going to do something that I've only been recently doing with these stories about coronavirus. And when I saw this story about panic buying in the store shelves, I was like, now more than ever is a legitimate time to tell you to check out this site, preparewithtim.com. I know it does seem, at least to me, it seems a bit silly, but it is serious. They got this funny little picture of me looking all concerned. Preparewithtim.com is a site where you can go and pick up some emergency food supplies. It's another company, and I normally never do these things. So I will say this to you with the utmost sincerity. I am giving them a shout out because I do think it's important that you take some precautions. I'm not telling you, like, some of these people are doing a year's worth of food at Walmart, like the guy's basement. I'm not doing that. And maybe that'll be my mistake. But I think if you're watching my videos, you're ahead of the curve than, relative to everybody else in dealing with this. There's another reason why I want to tell you this. This whole video I'm doing right now is telling you the shortages are coming. We already know it. So I'll say it one more time. Go to preparewithtim.com. The link is in the description below. They've got 2-week, 4-week food supplies. They'll come. It's like freeze dried. It lasts for a really long time. But here's the big news. I've been talking about this, not just because I think it's a good idea. I really, really do. And I mean this sincerely. I hate doing these promo spots. You guys never see me do them, but this is legit. This is like a time where I think it can actually benefit you. And that's why I never do this, like, go get your food. Oh, the end is not. No. But check this out. This company is dealing with 100 times normal volume and their shipping delays. Keep that in mind. But let's get back to the story and I'll explain to you why I'm giving them a shout out, why I'm doing this video. I sincerely believe if this does get as bad as they say, the World Health Organization has said this could be disease X. That's their mystery unknown pathogen, which it could be biphasic. I don't want to suggest it is because there's only been one reinfection, but that basically means you might get it, recover, and then get it again. So if this is bad as the World Health Organization thinks it is, you will be damn glad you went to preparewithtim.com, picked up some of these emergency food packs, and at the very least, I will be completely honest, I always want to make sure I do this. It does support my channel when you go and you buy from them. These videos are all demonetized, but ignore that. Ignore whatever I'm saying. Don't support me. If you hate my guts, just tell me you hate my guts. Just go to the store, man. Get some water. This is what I've been telling people. Listen, we can go back to arguing about the right economic system, about the right government policy after we've all made sure we're safe. This stuff supersedes the partisan bickering. Let's read this story. They say supermarket shelves are starting to be stripped bare as Americans prepare for the spread of coronavirus by stockpiling on medications and non-perishable items across the country. People have been panic buying items from stores ever since health authorities warned that Americans should start preparing for domestic acceleration of the virus, which has infected more than 80,000 people worldwide and killed nearly 3,000. There are now 60 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the U.S., and the first case where the origin of the disease is unknown was confirmed on Wednesday. The CDC has already said it's time to get ready. I hope you're taking it seriously. I really, really do. Supplies have been flying off shelves countrywide this week, with people posting photos on social media showing the lack of products available in some stores and pharmacies. In Southern California, some Walgreens stores had been completely depleted of cough medicines, cold and flu medications, vaporizers, masks, and thermometers. Shoppers in Hawaii were buying up flatbeds of canned goods, bottled water, toilet paper, and paper towels from a local Costco. If you're somewhere like Hawaii, where you rely on imports from the contiguous states, yeah, you really better take care of this stuff and be on, just be vigilant. Seriously. If you're in the United States, you can drive somewhere if you're out of supplies. This photo, again, I'm pretty sure is Italy because I've seen it before. We can see that medicine has been depleted. A supermarket aisle in Virginia has been stripped of non-perishable items like pasta. People were also sharing photos of their coronavirus stockpiles at home, including one man in Texas who said he bought a year's supply of non-perishable food in one night. I am not saying do that. Whoa, a year. I will say if it does get really bad and becomes this disease X that reaches 60% of people, I'm going to be wishing I'm that dude who bought a year's supply of food because I just got a couple weeks worth, to be completely honest. It's hard to know how much you're overreacting or if you're overreacting to something like this. We've seen swine flu. We have seen other infections and other diseases. But this could be really bad. And that's what the CDC is saying. Expect severe disruption. So at the very least, if you're not concerned about the virus, you should be concerned that your favorite foods are going to be gone because everyone else is concerned about the virus. You know what I mean? You might go to the store and see there's no food there. It might not even be an issue of the virus itself, but the attempt to stop the virus could stop trucks from going to certain areas, meaning there will be supply chain disruption regardless of whether anyone even gets the virus at this point. So please take this seriously. They say Jesse Colombo, who is a financial analyst in Dallas, tweeted a photo of his emergency food pile, including rice, Spam, freeze-dried foods, and beans, saying, quote, "I just bought an additional year's worth of food last night. Everyone needs to have a stockpile of food. I wouldn't even touch stocks or even gold or silver before having food in these times." He tweeted, adding he was on edge with everything that was happening in relation to coronavirus and the economy. Better to be on edge than to be underprepared. Better to take care of yourself and ignore what people think about you than to be so worried about your social standing you don't have food and water. A woman in Michigan shared a photo of her grocery store basement, which was filled with shelves stocked full of items. It comes as thousands of people were buying up face masks to protect themselves, despite evidence that most people who aren't sick don't need to wear them. Many businesses are sold out, while others are limiting how many a customer can buy. Amazon is policing its site, trying to make sure sellers don't gouge panicked buyers. Stores in New York, Houston, and San Francisco said this week that mask supplies were running low. Major retailers like Walgreens and CVS had not yet run out online or on a national level, but shortages were starting to pop up. The U.S. government said it's planning to stockpile 300 million masks in preparation. Hey, that's almost one for every American. Despite officials saying that the masks are not necessary to wear in the U.S. or on planes, celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow, Bella Hadid, and Kate Hudson have taken selfies wearing masks out of paranoia. No, they're doing that for attention. Look, this guy says, "How am I preparing for the coronavirus? Just picked up a hog from the butcher, now tucked away in freezer next to piles of beef. Another hog and cow going to butcher in a few months. Grocery stores could shut down tomorrow and my family will still thrive. Men, Provide and protect yours. Everyone provide and protect yours. Do not expect that other people are going to come to your rescue when things get bad. Now, it may be fear-mongering. It may be media hype. We don't know how bad this thing's going to get. Based on current models, what I've seen in they have these graphs showing the spread of coronavirus, it looks like it's going to be substantially worse than swine flu. Some experts are saying it will be comparable, in which case, as the disease spreads, the mortality rate actually starts to go down because we get a better track of what's happening. The first people who get the virus, unfortunately, we aren't prepared, but as we get prepared, mortality rates could start going down. That's great, great, great news. But it still means you can expect to see schools being shut down, business being shut down, checkpoints being set up, and stores being depleted of goods because people are buying a year's worth of food. And guess what? They're not going to be any worse off for it because if this all blows over and nothing happens, all it means is they don't need to go to the grocery store for a bunch of their food for a really long time. They'll come in their basement, they'll grab tomato sauce, they'll grab a bottle of water, they'll make their spaghetti, and then when they finally run out, they'll go to the grocery store. That's the worst case scenario you have to deal with. If this is all hype, if it's all wrong, you got food to eat. I'll wrap it up there. Stick around. I got a couple more segments coming up in a few minutes. Seriously, thanks for watching. And for everybody, I've gotten a ton of messages from people who have gone to Prepare with Tim and bought stuff. I'm going to be completely honest and say I feel silly always being like, buy the food. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't serious. I do mean that because I've done so many videos about this stuff and I never promoted it. It may blow over. It may be nothing. I want to be completely honest. You might come back to this video in a week and be like, man, that guy was an idiot. Yep, maybe I am. I went out and I bought supplies. I ordered some emergency food, and I think it would be smart if you did because the worst case scenario is you eat it. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I just know that once this all blows over, people are going to pretend like hindsight is 2020 and say, turns out we didn't need that, right? Yeah, that's a great problem to have. We're all hoping that I'm wrong about all of this, that all of these people are wrong about this, and the worst case scenario is we just eat our food. I'll leave it there. I'll see you all in a few minutes in the next segment.